So this is a research methods lesson about questionnaires. So we're going to learn about this commonly used technique, extremely commonly used, and to understand its limitations, what's bad about it. By doing that, you're developing our research skills. In the textbook, we're on page 32 and 33. And the first thing to get out of the way, these questionnaires are a quantitative method. They're referred to as quantitative, meaning they turn out lots of data, lots and lots of data, a high quantity. Yeah. So keywords, survey, written list, quantify, turn to numbers, statistics, pie charts, bar charts. Response being sample, the people you talk to are your sample, wording careful. So let's get started. What is a questionnaire? A questionnaire is quite simply a list of questions that are written down. Interviews, you ask them. In a questionnaire, you read them and write down your answer. That's all a questionnaire is. You fill it in with a pen or online. Yeah. Sociologists use this a lot in the same way as they use interviews. You know, maybe 10,000 people get the same questionnaire. Yeah. And so what are the advantages of questionnaires? So the four big ones. One, it is very, very quick. Two, it is very, very cheap. Three, you can ask lots and lots and lots of people. And four, you can turn all the data into numbers. You can quantify it. You can produce stats, percentages, pie charts, bar charts. They're the four big advantages of using questionnaires, and that's in fact why lots of people use them all the time. It's one of the main methods. Yeah, you can give out thousands of these very, very quickly. But there are clear big problems. So, in class, we'll be doing this. How would you describe you, yourself, and your family? Are you lower class or middle class? Think about that. When we do the lesson on it, we'll take a quick tally, and we'll use that to describe some of the disadvantages of questionnaires. There are big disadvantages. You have to be careful of your wording. That's what this is about. People might lie. People could refuse to answer your question. And if you get your sample wrong, you get your findings are wrong. Yeah? Your findings are unreliable. Sample is the people you choose to study. If you study the wrong people, you get the wrong answers. And we'll talk about this particular example, sheer height, in the lesson. A great example of sample going wrong. How can you solve some problems? Again, in future lessons we'll look at a pilot study. It's a way of getting rid of these problems. And to make sure you have a good sample, you make sure your sample is what we call representative. And again, these are both subjects of future lessons. And then we might have a go at this essay. Discuss how far sociologists would agree that PO, participant observation, is the most useful of the research methods. Again, we'll talk about this in great deal in class and come up with an answer.